Test, test. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry everybody. I was having issues getting up and live on YouTube, and so I think we've got everything. What? Just a second. One more thing. I'll be right back, and then we'll start. I promise. Sorry for the delay, everybody. We will be right back. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. One of the things that I'm still trying to troubleshoot and make work is getting the YouTube chat to embed into the chat window. So we'll work it out. So it won't work tonight, and hopefully it won't be too annoying in the window. So welcome, everybody. Hey, I'm Brian, and this is the No System Creative stream. This is week 3 or 4. And yeah, so tonight, so we've been working on a short for an upcoming song. And tonight, I think that we are going to work on, let me pull up my Twitter account, and I can show you a design that we've been working on. And it's done, and it's ready to come out. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so here we go. Let me switch over to the desktop. So this is I've been working on these fruit skulls, and they're kind of cool. I kind of dig them. And I think that I'm in the process of getting these into the store, and I'm super far behind on getting this stuff added. But for a couple of people that hang out tonight, I will give you a fruit sticker. So, your chance to win, ask a question or something, and chat it up inside of the chat, and I'll keep my eye on it and try and answer any questions. But yeah, so I think we are going to work on drawing some skulls, and then we'll take it into Photoshop, and we will start to do some photo bashing. So the one that I think that we're going to work on tonight is a banana thing. So I want to find a bunch of bananas. When I already did find a bunch of bananas, but I think, on this lemon one that I did, and let's play that again. On this lemon one that I did, I like that skull and what it's doing, but I think that I kind of want to. I've been thinking about, in the theater, they have the happy and sad mask. I think I want to find a bunch of bananas, and we're going to have maybe 2 or 3 different emotions that kind of sprawl across the bananas. So I started doing some sketches the other day, but I think we're going to redo them. So yeah, let's go over to the other machine. And again, if you want to ask a question or something, I will keep my eye out as best I can. And I'll do my best to answer any questions. But yeah, let's go over to the iMac, and we'll do some sketching, and we'll see how things go. So we should be on air until 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see how things go. We'll play it by ear and see how we're feeling, and see how many people are around, and what's being created. And yeah, should be fun. So let's go make some banana art. And then we'll sketch over there on the drawing area, and then we'll come back over here and we'll go into Photoshop and we'll scan some stuff. So anyway, let's go over to the iMac. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm over here on the iMac, and let's make sure that slowly getting all of this stuff sorted out. Wow, that is hot. Sorry about that, people. So I got one more piece of gear today. I bought a audio compressor, and that should hopefully make all of these vocals sound better and not distort and do anything like that. So, okay, so let's bring up our drawing cam. Okay, sorry about that. I promise that all of this stuff will get smoother as we go along. It's already smoother than it was last week, so let's take a look. I have a pencil here, and let's see which way. Okay. Don't want you guys to see upside down, so... Anyway, okay, let's, I'm going to... So here's some bananas that I was looking at, and let's go ahead and turn some more light on. If I switch over to the iMac. Okay, so we've got these bananas, and I kind of pieced these bananas together from... Oh, where did I get them from? Oh, I grabbed them from Sketchfab. And we're going to redraw them, but I just kind of wanted to get something moving. So let's go to my collections. And I think I saved it. We can take a look. Yeah, so this is a 3D banana, and you know, turns out people like scanning bananas. So, you know, I knew that it wasn't going to be super important that this be the most beautiful render, because I'm going to paint over. So mainly the thing that I wanted was to be able to get this bunch of bananas at an angle that I really wanted them to be at, because when I was searching places like Pexels, I was just like, okay, this is not bad. This is sort of okay. But it's also not the angle that I wanted them at, because I really wanted them at an angle where I was going to be able to kind of emphasize the face. Or there were too many bananas. And so I decided if I went 3D, then I wouldn't need to, I could make the perfect little arrangement of bananas and make sure it's at the right angle that I want it at. And I've been doing so much more of that lately, even with the short, being able to set up a layout in 3D and then go and do paint over on the layout is super handy. There are so many banana photos in the world. So let's go back to Photoshop. And I'll keep my eye on the chat window. Like I said, if you want to say hi, I'm going to also make sure that I pull up the chat window on YouTube, because it's not streaming. And, we'll try and leave a pop-out chat over here just so I can keep my eye on it. So, Okay, so we got our bananas here. And let's just go grab a random skull. I just want to reference, not that I'm even going to draw it, but, you know, I like to be reminded about anatomy, because I'm horrible at anatomy. So we're just going to have to do some little warm-up. Hey, Bria. Watching from downstairs in your room. So we've got somebody here. It's always nice to have somebody here, know that somebody's watching. I always feel like... No, we don't want to get triggered by copyright infringement. So, okay, so we got some skulls there. So let's turn on my light and start to do some warm-up. So, you know, the banana is going to be a tall rectangle, so we probably don't want a super wide skull. You know, and there's lots of caricatured skull doodles. Let's go look at skull doodles. So, you know, you can draw skulls in all sorts of ways, and I'm not the best skull illustrator in the world. I wouldn't even say I'm an okay illustrator. I can kind of like hack stuff out. So we know that we want some kind of tall and skinny, and you know, I'm more concerned about sort of the way, like, I don't care about, you know, looking at a skull like this. I don't care about like the top part of the cranium. Like, I'm really more concerned about the way faces work. So, you know, we're trying to convey emotions. So, you know, how do you do that without having muscles? And I think we can do it. So let's see here. And we'll draw a bunch of skulls. And if you're here and you're watching, I will let you guys decide which one goes on which banana. So, but you got to be watching. If you're not watching, then A, you don't know that I just said that, and B, you don't get any input because you're not here and you don't know. So I feel like that's only fair. So before we went on air tonight, Brian was showing me a wooden train simulator, which it's what it looked like when I walked downstairs. But you know, it was a first-person wooden train simulator. I guess there's all sorts of games. Again, we're not super concerned about anatomy. As long as it sort of looks like a skull, I think we'll be okay. And if you're wondering what 490 by 255 is, that is the resolution of one of the chat windows. Bria drove the choo-choo. Bria also made dinner tonight. She made red beans and rice, and it was tasty. So I know that one thing that I want to do with the banana is I want the mouth to be sort of revealing, but the meat part of the banana underneath. So I think I think we're going to be kind of taking the yellow of the banana peel, and it'll be sort of revealing probably rotten banana underneath. So, I think any of the skulls that we do, here, let's draw a banana quick. And this is going to be a quick banana. I get that it's not going to be a good looking banana. It sort of looks more like corn than banana. So, yeah, if you think of this as banana, and here, let me grab a pen. So if you think of this as the banana, we're going to reveal the area underneath the peel. So we'll have the skull go all the way out to the edge, and I think that'll help. I think that'll allow us to sort of play with the form of the banana and try and make things feel more 3D. So let's see. Okay. I don't like where that's going. Sorry for the sound effects. Okay, let's go and send out a tweet and let people know that we're here. Okay. Yeah, so here's somewhere where they're playing with interesting forms. So the first skulls that I did, Envato had some skulls that I could kind of bend into shape. So let me see if I can find them. And, you know, there's never any issue if you've got a subscription to a stock site and you have something that, you know, you can get for free because you've already paid for it, which I guess isn't technically free. Yeah, here's the ones that I first started messing with. You know, I wasn't going to just like take them and print them. I was going to, you know, doodle with them and do paint overs, and you know, I used this as the kind of starting point. Oh, I suppose I need to go back and put that up on, sorry, you can't, yeah. So here was the first one that I looked at. You know, there's an apple that I designed. The apple hasn't come out, and I haven't printed the apple yet. I think I want to go back and rework that one. This became a strawberry, and I don't think I ever did anything with these. But, okay, let's draw some more. You know, this one is not... Okay, remember we were saying tall, so whatever we do, we should make sure that they have kind of obnoxiously large eyeballs. And I don't know that we're doing the anime skulls of fruit skulls, but maybe a little bit. I wonder what happens if we were to do a big nose. You know, those ridges on their bones actually sort of end up becoming a little bit like eyebrows. Do not take any of this as drawing advice. This is just me doodling, and we'll see if we end up somewhere. You know, I'm not going to try and make these perfect sketches because, you know, once I get them onto the banana, we're going to start carving them out. I think I might still have, I don't know if I can find it while we're on air, but I did a time lapse of one of the first. Actually, let me do just some quick digging. I'm going to switch to. Okay, let me do some quick digging. So, if we go to my main no system folder. I think I can get there. I know. Sorry, this is so exciting. Almost there. I promise. Gotta log into my Dropbox because for some reason I can't talk to the Mac. My other Mac. I'll have to sort that out later. You know, it's I'm still getting used to kind of switching everything. All files and graphic design in between. Okay, so Banana Head was the design that this was a part of. So if we go to Assets, and we can pull this up. So here's two of the skulls, and I kind of went back and I did more paint over. So the version this is part of, I did a short that was part of a t-shirt. You can find it on the Gnosis YouTube channel. It was sort of a knockoff on Beverly Hills 90210. I knew they were doing that reboot, and so I did this silly little parody where all of the people were fruit, and then it cut to, well, you should go watch it. It's kind of funny. in a dark way. But that's where these fruit skulls came from. And in AR, there was some little fruit angels. So here's one of the t-shirts. So I actually did a design the other day or I did a song the other day that'll go. I never finished the AR to this shirt, and so I recorded a really silly. I was thinking about if you have kids, you may have been stuck listening to the Wiggles fruit salad at one point, and I thought about what would happen if the guy who sang that on the Wiggles did a death metal version. No, I didn't do a cover of that song, but I did write a little fruit salad song that was inspired by that. And so I'm going to finally finish that up. Another one of the skulls that we want to do is a pineapple skull. And so we'll go back and do that one sometime soon. And I know I want to do a lime too. If we have a lemon, I feel like we need a lime. And so fruit for angels. I think that's it. Oh wait, there we go. Hey, apple skull time lapse. So this is what we're going to do some of, although I kind of learned more about doing this from the first one, and so they got better as time went on. And man, I feel like my painting skills have gotten better, so hopefully when we do this tonight, it will go more smoothly. Did you know this is at 1 speed? This is just how fast I was working that day. I kid. Man, watching this, I haven't watched this since, probably since I did it. I posted it to social media that day, and it's really interesting because, like, there's some places where I felt like I probably could have stopped or at least gone in a different direction, but I just didn't know exactly what was going on, and I wasn't entirely sure where I was going. And I think you can see me totally just trying to work out, like, what is the shape of this thing? Okay, I remember drawing that. Going back and looking at this a year later, like, I think there's still some things that I would change, but I don't hate it. So that's where we're headed. But we'll do it with 3 bananas instead. So make it harder. I'm not feeling any of those skulls yet. Let's try something more angular. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, I do have the chat room up. I can't necessarily see everything, but I feel like I'm seeing everything. So, that's interesting. What if we take one of them and make it so one of them square, one of them yeah, that's sort of interesting. I'll be back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, back to the drawing. So we've got, I just wanted to get, yes, I'm aware, YouTube. We'll sort that out. So, yeah. So I think you've got kind of a surprised, and then sort of a malicious. I feel like this one's a little malicious. And then, I don't know, maybe... maybe we've got a sad one. Just like my heart. No, I'm just kidding. So did anyone pay attention to the no-name artist thing on Twitter this week? Yeah, I'm definitely a no-name artist, and I'm okay with that for the most part. I'm still kind of doing my art and figuring it out, but I've had a decent career as a freelancer, and I've had a chance to do some cool things, and I don't have I was talking about this in the work group I was in. I have a group called Go Done that I really, really like. And if you're looking for some place to kind of work with some other people, you're working at home, I can't recommend it enough. It's a group where you log into a Zoom room and you do Pomodoros. Pomodoro is when you have a 25-minute session and you go heads down, and then you come up for a 5-minute break. Sometimes they're done in like 2-hour chunks or 50-minute chunks. Sometimes it's 25. Sometimes people do shorter Pomodoros than that. But they mainly do 25-minute Pomodoros. And so you log into the group and you say hi, you say what you're going to be working on, and then you go all heads down. And so in one of the questions afterwards, we were talking about this stream and how, when I was at Rooster Teeth, there was a guy named Ray Narvaez who was part of the Achievement Hunter group, and he left to stream on Twitch. And actually not even almost, he had immediate success. He left and he was doing better than he was when he was at Rooster Teeth. And, that is super sort of jealousy inducing, because you're like, wow, okay. I mean, he's talented and he was really good at what he does, but I was just like, I'm a good designer. Like, I'm good at what I do. It's a different thing. But I was, talking about how I needed to sort of reset expectations with this new thing, because I still had that in the back of my head a little bit. Whether that was, there was a woman named Meg Turney, very nice, that she left to do a Patreon and streaming. Ray Brownman left to stream. And it was, both of those people had immediate and big public success with, their personality. I mean, their persona, and good for them. Like, that's awesome. But starting up this thing, it's just sort of it was like, okay, recontextualize. And so with this Twitter thing this week of no-name artists, I think social media is important on some level, and I certainly think that it plays in. Like, people have definitely built careers in social media, and Ryan Summers, odd or not, on Twitter, if you don't follow him, he's a good follow, was retweeting someone this morning who had a long thread about this. And there are lots of ways to build your career, and I've not always been the best about using social media, and I'm trying with varying levels of success. Mostly not. And I definitely struggle with that as much as anybody else. So just like, there's a part of me that, wants to be visible. And it feels like if I were visible, then things would be easier. Like, more work would come in, or I'd have more speaking opportunities, or and that's both true and not true. The celebrities that I've known, or the people that have money, not that those two go hand in hand. Both of those things, generally, they talk about how it didn't make them any happier. And so, I've got the chance to do a lot of really kind of silly things, and I'm doing some cool freelance, and I think it's been interesting because with COVID and just the way things are, it's been a really stressful year. I had a event that I was going to be throwing the first weekend of South by Southwest, Signal, and we had to cancel. And it was one of the very first things that canceled. I mean, South by canceled first, but our event was still kind of trudging forward. And then we made the call that we needed to cancel. And I feel like this year has kind of been one of those things where like every time there's something that I'm looking forward to, well, not every time, but a lot of the times there's something that I'm looking forward to. Somehow something happens and it doesn't happen. And so it's just been very interesting having to kind of recontextualize all of this stuff and trying to sort of keep moving forward, for lack of a better word, but also just kind of dealing with whether or not you want to even move forward. Like, what's the point? But I think there's still good to be done. And I feel like honestly, that's why I want to be streaming. That's why I want to get No System back up and running. That's why I want to do these other things, because I want to do some good. I want to make some change. And the only way to do that is to get out there and do stuff. And so, and I don't know if there's anybody here, but if there is, go ahead and ask any questions or chime in, say hi. If you're following on Twitch, don't be afraid to hit follow or hit subscribe. We'd love to have you along and love to let you know when we're streaming again. We stream Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 o'clock to 9:30, 10, depending on how things are going, what we're designing. And I have not made very much progress on the banana, so I should go back to the drawing cam and talk. So we've got, I kind of like this guy. It's not perfect, and we can clean it up when we get in there, but it sort of feels a little Joker-like. And if you do chime in, you've got a very good chance of being the person who gets some fruit stickers. So, actually, probably anyone who chimes in might get some fruit stickers. But okay, let's finish drawing one more. One more just sort of sadder. Sorry, I was just checking in on Twitch, seeing if there was anything going on over there that wasn't going on over here. We have one viewer over there right now. Hello, viewer. I'm assuming that's Brian, since Brian popped into the chat earlier. Okay, this isn't perfect, but let's go scan these and start messing with them over in Photoshop. So I will be right back. I'm going to go over to the other computer, and it's going to take just a second. Okay, I am going into my scanner. So it's Canon scan. So I have a regular Epson scanner, but then I got an all-in-one printer and it came with a scanner, and so I don't know why I'm actually using the crappier scanner instead of the better one that I have, but I guess I do know why, because it's easy, and it's already hooked up, and I didn't have room for two. So why did the can? I know, it's very exciting watching the scanner run, but you got to do it to have what you're working on. So while that's working, I will get Photoshop opened up, and I'll go find my bananas. Where did... Sorry, I know this is not very interesting. Where did the bridge go? Okay, let's just go open a new. I have so many random files that are in this. Well, you know what? Let's just go into Cinema and we will recreate our banana quick. It's not that hard. Okay, let's download the banana. Something that will always make me laugh. I think this is a different banana, but it'll work for what we need. I actually used this banana for a red giant tutorial. Bananas are almost universally funny. Don't ask me why. Okay, and one more. Let's get the camera in here. Let's I don't mind that. I'm gonna need to tweak this, obviously, but I'm not really using this for a lot anyways. I just kind of want to get mostly just using this for shape. You saw in the time lapse that we distort this stuff a lot. Maybe we should go ahead and let's give it the non. There was a peel that didn't have the mark in there, so let's get rid of the. Oh no, we crashed. This is also why I stream on the other computer, because I love my computer, but every once in a while it gets a little finicky, and so I thought that if we streamed over there, that it would be safer. So keep things from crashing over here as much. Okay, banana. Here's the banana that I meant to bring in the first time. I went and found it. So, textures. Okay, let's let's make the access point something more useful. Wow, this is at a really weird angle. Let's figure out where our camera is at. Oh, we can bring that up. Okay, so the camera is like face forward. So why is the axis on this so jacked up? Okay, let's set the axis point to the banana, the top of the banana, because that's where we kind of want everything to be anyways. We want everything to kind of set out of there. Again, I'm doing my best to keep an eye on chat rooms, so if you're around, thanks Dreamwalker Visuals and Virginia for resharing, and Russell Vargo and Q Manning, friends and good production designers and cinematographers and creative directors. You know, we might go back and change this, but I think this is okay for the moment. Not great, but let's go ahead and set. Let's grab sort of a wide angle lens again. And then let's group these. Okay. Okay, we'll save this as a JPEG. Oh, wow. I'm tired. It's like okay, banana skulls. And we'll make it a PNG so that there's an alpha. And then let's go ahead and just very quickly drag a light in. We won't go build this in Octane or anything, as much as I love Octane. Okay, let's bring those lights up just a little bit more. Yeah, that'll work. Render to picture viewer, and then we'll bring it in. We're definitely going to need to change up that, well, we're going to change it anyways, but that'll work okay. Okay, let's go get our banana. Okay, and here come our sketches. So these are super crude. I think this guy's going to be first. Okay, so let's set this to multiply. Oh, we are still on. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought we were on. There we go. I apologize. I thought we were on the desktop. So you've just been watching me this whole time. These will get more smoother as we go on. Okay, so I'm going to bring out the puppet tool, and I'm going to use that to start to kind of bend this into shape. I just want to get these down first, and then we'll start to do some painting. So, you know, if we... So you know how when you draw a face, a lot of times what they'll teach you to do is let's get a brush. Okay, so if you're learning to draw a face, they sometimes will show you a sphere, and you're like, okay, you know, you're going to draw there. So we want on our banana, you know, if we're kind of doing, sorry, we're sort of doing the same thing. Okay, there we go. I'm going to turn up the smoothness a little bit. So we've got a center point on our banana that's like that. And if we come over the top, so, you know, if we bring our guy back over, you know, we've got that. We've got this center point here, but this is kind of blending back behind where the, you know, this isn't appropriate because, so let's bring up the puppet work again. And if we hide, we can hide the grid. So I've got a pin that's set up right along this access line. And we could set another one here just to kind of keep that area safe. And then let's go in here. And we just want to kind of tuck it in. Make sure that it's kind of blending how we want it to blend. A lot of times I'll use the liquefy tool for warps like this. So show backdrop. So if we bring up it's got a bend, so we probably don't even see the edge of it. It doesn't go all the way off the edge. Okay, I think that's going to work for that one. So let's go ahead and I'm going to solo this banana. And let's go ahead and just throw some quick color over the top of this. So if we select this banana, we should be able to use the quick selection tool to just grab the first banana. Nobody needs to be second banana yet. Y'all are always first banana in my eyes. I'm going to bring up a gouache. Really like these group brushes. So we're definitely not going to finish this on the stream tonight, but maybe we'll finish it on Thursday. And I will try and get something done in the meantime. I have some other stuff that I'm working on too. Let's group this and just call it banana 1, and all of our banana stuff will go in there. And then let's create a mask. Okay, so you can see that it's kind of just looking for some. There we go. Let's search for. I'm just looking for textures. So I want some mushy kind of internal banana. That texture's super. Lots of banana peels, but not a lot of mushy banana. If I search bruised bananas. That's interesting. Okay, well, we don't need it right yet. Okay, and there we go. I always try and use the, really like the free transform tool, because I like being able to switch between tools while I'm working. Okay. Cool. Well, I think we will continue on Thursday with this, and I'll take it forward a little bit more. But actually, you know what? Before we go, let me just slap a little bit more color on the other two bananas and get those at least sort of set up so that we've got them in their folders, and then we'll come back on Thursday. And if I do any more on this, I will try and do a time lapse so that when we come back on Thursday, I can show what we worked on, and then I'll talk through what I did. Okay, banana 2, create a layer. And last but not least, okay, so there we go. I know that doesn't look like much, but I promise it will look like more by the time we get done. So, anyways, there's our 3 banana skulls, and that took a lot of effort for 2 hours of streaming. I promise we'll get better at this and get faster, and a few months from now when there's actually people watching, you know, that'll be cool. So, the social media, let's bring that up for a second. Gnosis Knows on Instagram and Gnosis Knows on Instagram and Twitch and Twitter and pretty much anywhere that matters. And gnosisKnows.com. And we'll be back on Thursday night for another couple of hours where we'll further the banana and we'll keep trucking along. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a couple of days. Have a good night. Peace.